New tomorrow, 8/7 Central on NBC.
On an all-new Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Ice Cube drops by. NBC Tonight.
This is breaking news from Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
And that breaking news tonight, a Metro police officer injured while trying to break up a fight at a prayer vigil for a murder victim.
Now, that fight broke out near Pleasant Run Parkway and Sherman Drive on the city's east side. That's where people came together tonight at this memorial to remember Antoine Johnson, who was shot and killed on Monday.
Police say the officer was hurt when he intervened in that fight. Medics took him to the hospital to get checked out for injuries to his shoulder.
I'm really heartbroken and just speechless.
Parents say they're outraged and upset tonight after the arrest of a homeless man who allegedly offered cash for sex with a 10-year-old girl.
Now, police say the 44-year-old man was trying to prey on children in a very public place. Barney Sipes now faces charges of attempted child molestation and solicitation.
Eyewitness News reporter David McAnally says police used a sting operation to identify and arrest the man before he could hurt any children.
When police got a word that a man was kid watching at a fast food restaurant in Spencer, police got watching. In this motel in Spencer, police say what a man wanted was clearly illegal. Others have other words for it.
Sick? Very sick?
It's really tragic.
Appalled. Disappointed, maybe.
44-year-old Barney Sipes, a homeless man, allegedly said the wrong thing to the right person. Court papers say Sipes told a police informant he was, quote, infatuated with a young girl and was, quote, wanting to have sex with a young female to satisfy his urges. The Owen County Sheriff's Department, Indiana State Police, IMPD set up a joint sting. In this restaurant and later in a car outside, Sipes allegedly told the informant and an undercover officer posing as a pimp that he would pay $150 for sex with a 10-year-old, $50 down. In court papers, he allegedly spoke about, quote, spending the night with her so he could hold and touch her. Sipes allegedly turned down an offer of an adult female instead. Later, police say Sipes and the informant went back to the restaurant to, quote, kid watch. Quote, Sipes was looking at young children in the restaurant and making comments about them, documents say. After sex, Sipes allegedly said he would take the girl to McDonald's. At a meeting with undercover police at this motel, they arrested him.
I've never carried out a conversation with him. I don't know him personally.
Kyle Wigan has seen Sipes around town with a bike, sleeping under a bridge.
I have seen him here before, and, I've heard people talk about him before.
But nothing like this. This case comes just weeks after the rape and the murder of a toddler here, a case that broke this small city's heart. The death of Shaylin Emmerman.
I used to say go put them on an island, let them fend for themselves. I think it's really, really disgusting.
My oldest right here is 9, almost 10, and, I can never think of anybody ever doing something like that to her. So even after...
According to court papers, after his arrest, the man said he would never have been involved in a situation with children like that. Back to you.
David McAnally reporting live tonight. Thank you. Meanwhile, a Ball State employee is banned from campus after police arrested him on preliminary charges of having child pornography. Randall Schmidt was a maintenance supervisor who had worked at the university for 20 years. Now, police began investigating him after they say his campus computer allegedly accessed a website with suspicious content. Now, the school suspended Schmidt, who later then quit his job. Detectives say they do not believe that any of his alleged activities involved anyone connected with BSU. And 2 IPS employees are now facing charges for allegedly failing to report a school guidance counselor accused of having sex with students. Prosecutors say Human Resources Director Leila Hester and HR caseworker Shalon Dabney knew about the allegations against Shanna Taylor. But according to court documents, they waited 6 days to tell police or even Child Protective Services.
In a situation where a number of individuals has received at least partial information, no one seemed to take the initiative to do what needed to be done, which is to report to DCS.
Detectives also allegedly found emails and other evidence that Hester attempted a cover-up. IPS fired Shanna Taylor, but the district is not saying whether Hester or Dabney still have their jobs.
Prosecutors have dropped murder charges against an alleged gang leader after they say a witness in the case lied about her identity. Now, court documents say this woman, who called herself Portia Harris, is actually named Kenya Berry. She now faces charges of counterfeiting, identity deception, and theft. Now, Berry provided detectives with information about Richard Grundy in connection with 4 murders in 2014. But prosecutors recently dismissed those charges after investigators confirmed that she gave them a false name. They say Berry lied, then took more than $6,000 in federal assistance money to relocate to Atlanta. In a statement tonight, the Marion County Prosecutor's Office says, quote, the successful prosecution on those charges relied in great part on a witness's statements. Once she was excluded as a witness, we were unable to move forward with the case. Grundy is still in jail tonight, facing charges in an unrelated case. And a driver is facing charges tonight after investigators say he tried to run over an officer during a chase. The man drove off in the direction of Beech Grove when deputies tried to serve an arrest warrant on him on the Near East Side. At one point, police called off the chase because it became too dangerous. They eventually cornered the driver, though, when he crashed his SUV into an Amtrak wall. No one was seriously hurt.
Well, a daycare where a toddler died last week has now been decertified. That means parents cannot use their federally funded vouchers to pay for services there at the daycare. Now, after 10-month-old Talia Brigham was found in her car seat unconscious, an investigation found the daycare was not following state regulations. Speedway police say 36 children were under the care of just one worker at the time. The law calls for one caretaker for every 4 children when the child is younger than 1 year old. Parents who use vouchers now must find another daycare.
And once they find it, they can go to the voucher office and switch their voucher, and then their child can begin there.
The Indiana Family and Social Services Agency is now exploring options with the Attorney General's office to shut down that daycare.
Greenfield police say thieves are targeting a local cemetery, stealing from the dead. Someone has taken at least 18 metal urns from alongside graves at Park Cemetery on the south side of town. Planting urns similar to those that you'll see here in just a minute have been disappearing from the burial grounds for at least a month now. That's when a concerned family member noticed investigators or told investigators about those thefts. Detectives aren't sure how the crime has gone undetected for so long, but they say these urns can weigh several hundred pounds. So they believe whoever is stealing them is selling them to an unscrupulous antique dealer or simply for scrap.
Also tonight, take a look at this SUV here in the surveillance video. Police believe it's the vehicle that actually caused a crash back in January, which seriously injured 3 people. Well, until now, police didn't have a picture of that SUV, and the case had gone cold. Our Jenny Runovich spoke tonight with a crash victim who's still recovering in Franklin. He hopes this new clue finds the person who hit him.
Let's get your shoes on. Routine family life isn't something Grant Black takes for granted. He almost lost all of this.
Yeah, it's been a long road. Been a long road.
The husband and father of 2 had his world changed in an instant on King Street in Franklin by a hit-and-run driver.
It was that fast. I looked in the rearview mirror and I see this little truck or SUV coming at me, and then boom, I hear the crash, and then my ears started ringing, my head started hurting, and it was over with. I mean, it was just like that.
Grant remembers it all, doesn't need these frightening pictures to recall the pain. Police say an SUV going 90 miles an hour slammed into him, which caused Grant to crash head-on into another car. 3 people were very seriously injured.
I think combined, one of the police reports was like 187 miles per hour crash. It was a hard hit.
3 months and 3 surgeries later,
8 broken ribs on this side, 8 broken ribs on this side.
Grant is getting stronger. Rehab may get him walking by summer. But he still doesn't know who was behind the wheel that day.
Someone needs to be held accountable.
And now there's finally a clue. Take a look at this image. Franklin police say it's the SUV that hit Grant. There's the front bumper, damaged in the crash. Investigators discovered the vehicle was captured on a surveillance camera at the city's rec center. It's seen speeding away from the crash 1 minute after someone called 911.
We've begged and begged people to come forward. If you know something, say something. Now that we've got the vehicle, I mean, all the pieces of the puzzle are coming together.
Grant's wife has a message for the person in that picture who she believes needs help.
At least come forward. Be the bigger person and come forward. Don't make them come for you.
A hit-and-run driver who hurt 2 families, now closer to getting caught.
I'm glad that, it's starting to click a little bit.
In Franklin, Jenny Runovich, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.
Muncie police have 4 people in custody tonight in the city's first murder of the year.
17-year-old Mason O'Neill surrendered, and police caught 17-year-old Marcus Wilson shortly after that. The 2 others in jail are 21-year-old Logan May and 20-year-old Cody Buck. Police say they stole methamphetamine and even killed 24-year-old Rafael Rodriguez inside of his Muncie apartment over the weekend. The Rodriguez family is hoping finally for some justice.
I can't get my brother's life back. That's the life that's taken. I'm not going to be able to go to his house and be like, hey, bro, what you want to do tonight? You don't get that back.
Police say tips from the public helped them find those suspects who are now under arrest.
The former mayor of Batesville won't spend a day in jail for a sex scandal that led to his resignation. A judge sentenced Richard Flederman to 1 year of probation after Flederman pleaded guilty to patronizing a prostitute. Police arrested him last August for allegedly paying a man for sex. According to our news gathering partners at the Herald Tribune, Flederman released a statement following today's hearing. It reads in part, "Throughout this process, I have cooperated fully, and today brings closure on this matter. I regret my actions, and I am truly sorry for the hurt I have caused my family and this community." The other man involved in the incident, Randy Wiggle Stevens, is already on probation. Investigators say he tried to extort the former mayor and failed to tell him that he is HIV positive.
Well, here's a change. We're still at 50 degrees at this hour in Indiana.
At 13 Eyewitness News, we know good mornings begin with sunrise. We'll give you what you need so you can start your day the right way. Because good
days in the 70s in your forecast.
When it turns to discussions of funerals and your family, that gives you some pause.
And also tonight, he's a Republican delegate here in Indiana who does not like Donald Trump. The reaction to that now has police involved. Plus,
it comes from a base of faith, hope, prayer, trust.
And now we're hearing from her. A help sign got her rescued for what this 72-year-old woman says really helped her survive a week in the wilderness.
And also tonight, he's been wanted for 27 years. But what the accused thief did when the law caught up with him has police calling him pretty cool. We'll explain next.
Here's what you'll find at the WTHR Health and Fitness Expo, presented by Marian University and Lilly.
St. Vincent will offer free thyroid and bone density screenings. Also, speak with Monogram Maternity representatives to learn about pre- and postnatal care.
You won't want to miss the WTHR Health and Fitness Expo, presented by Marian University and Lilly, April 23rd and 24th at the Indiana State Fairgrounds.
When you call one, you call them all.
Now, returning FCA U.S. lessees can get $5,500 total cash allowance on the purchase of a 2016 Dodge Journey.
When you want itchy, watery eyes and sneezes out of the picture, you go to Walgreens for Flonase allergy relief. Over the counter in full prescription strength. With Walgreens right around the corner, it's easy to get more complete relief in a flash. How's that for picture perfect? Well, perfect might be a slight exaggeration. Swing by Walgreens for Flonase that helps block 6 allergic substances, not just one. Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy.
The spring savings event is going on now at Andy Moore, and there couldn't be a better time to get more for your money. Whether you're looking for a fuel-saving sedan or a hard-working truck, we've got your new Nissan in stock.
Choose a new 2016 Nissan Altima or a new 2016 Nissan Rogue, $99 a month. How about a new 2015 Nissan Murano or a new 2016 Nissan Maxima for only $199 a month?
Great deals are popping up at Andy Moore. Go get your new Nissan today.
We have what you're looking for at Andy Moore Nissan in Avon.
At 13 Eyewitness News, we know good mornings begin with sunrise. We'll give you what you need so you can start your day the right way. Because good mornings begin with Eyewitness News Sunrise.
Have a great morning, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Now, during Kittle Spring Home Sale, save on the newest styles for your home, like this modular home theater unit with power reclining seats and USB ports, and pay 0% interest for 3 years. Kittle's has the style to fit your life. Kittle's. Life. Style.
What's the most awarded car company of the year? Ranking from top to bottom.
Luxury cars seem like they would be top awarded.
Better be some awards behind what you're paying for, right?
The final answer?
Uh-oh.
Chevy, the most awarded car company 2 years in a row.
Wow, it's like a luxury car.
I was shocked. I mean, it's like, this is Chevy?
For a limited time, get cash back for 15% of the MSRP on most remaining 2015 Chevy vehicles while they last.
Visit ChooseYourChevy.com.
For the latest in sleep technology, shop Kittle's Mattress Max for the largest selection, all the best brands, and the lowest price guaranteed. Plus free financing and up to $300 in free bonus bed gear. Only at Kittle's Mattress Max.
An off-duty police officer in New Mexico sprung into action to save a baby found in an abandoned car. You can see how hot she is here. He cooled her off with bottled water and fed her a bottle of milk to rehydrate her. Investigators say the boyfriend of the baby's mother abducted her after an argument and eventually ditched the car with her locked inside. Police have since arrested the mother and the boyfriend. The baby is now with Child Protective Services in Albuquerque.
And take a look at this tonight. It was actually this help sign made out of sticks and stones that ultimately led to her rescue. But a 72-year-old woman who survived more than a week lost in the wilderness says her wisdom and her memories helped her stay alive. Take a listen.
Why did I do it this way? No! How stupid could I be?
Yeah, that's how Ann Rogers said she felt after running out of gas in Arizona on her way to visit her grandchildren. All alone and without cell service, she then took off with her dog, hoping to find some help. Well, they endured 9 very hot days and freezing nights in rugged, dangerous terrain here, as you can see, and they actually survived on pond water and some plants. Rogers also credits her 4-legged companion for helping her out.
She was the one who found not only the trails, but the stepping stones that were solid across the river when we had to cross from side to side. I felt down, and I felt angry. I was frustrated. But I knew there were people who cared enough to make sure somebody found me sometime out there.
She's a little feisty. She had a will to survive. Doctors treated Rogers for exposure, but as you can see, she's already better. She said she spent some time yesterday actually hiking.
Indiana's primary election is less than 3 weeks away now, and Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump is putting down some Hoosier roots. He opened up his first 2 campaign offices in our state, one of them in Carmel at 116th and Westfield, another in Evansville. A third office will open later this week in Fort Wayne. Supporters stopped by to pick up their Trump gear and to volunteer for the campaign.
He doesn't put up with, all the other contenders and how they like to say that, he's a bad sportsmanship, that he supports racism, and I don't think that's the case with him. I think that he really wants to make America great.
Democrats Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders have already opened campaign offices in Indiana. Republican Senator Ted Cruz has also planted stakes here, setting up a campaign office in Evansville.
And state police are now investigating a number of threatening emails sent to Indiana's delegates to the party's national convention in July. Now, the messages began after an article appeared in Politico. It said the delegates would not be sticking by Trump, but they're required to do so by law for the very first ballot. Now, one of those threatening emails referenced a delegate's family, and it read in part, "Your name and information has been given to me on a list that is about to go public. Good luck becoming a delegate. We're watching you."
People that know me know I'm not the intimidated type of person, but I don't think it will affect anybody because really I don't think anybody's going to follow through on any of this. It's sad and it's disturbing that you can't express your views without somebody wanting to make your life miserable or asking you to do things that are physically impossible.
State police are now looking into those threats to see if a full-scale investigation is warranted. Indiana Republicans chose 27 delegates over the weekend and met to select 27 at-large delegates today. The party plans to announce those names by the end of the week. Well, the CDC has confirmed the very worst fears of many pregnant women in Latin America, the Caribbean, and even here in the U.S. Health officials say there's no longer any doubt that Zika does indeed cause birth defects. The evidence shows that the virus is linked to a condition that results in small heads and underdeveloped brains. Zika is spread primarily by mosquito bites, but can also be transmitted through sex.
And trending today, he might be the world's most honest thief. A man accused of stealing a television from his workplace in 1989 has turned himself in 27 years later. He flew from his home in Florida to a police station in Connecticut after getting a letter notifying him of an outstanding warrant. Police there called it pretty cool that he hopped on a plane to answer for the crime. nearly 3 decades ago.
Well, no line about this weather. We're enjoying it. It's because it's so nice.
And that's it, 70, 70, 70, 70, for the next...
We're going to add 72, 74, 70, all in the mix over the next few days. Right now, 50 degrees in Indianapolis. Compare that to 24 hours ago, 7 degrees warmer. We're 13 warmer than 24 hours ago in Bloomington. So not quite as cold overnight. Northern part of our viewing area may see some patchy frost. Everybody 35 to 40 degrees by first thing tomorrow morning. So grab the jacket for the kids at the bus stop, although they won't need it long. Temperatures in the middle and upper 30s, but we jump to 42 degrees by 9 a.m. and then we get close to 60 by noon. Noontime temperature with sunshine 57. High temperatures tomorrow afternoon into the 60s. We make it to 67 degrees in Indianapolis, Marion 61, Peru 62, Logansport 61, Bloomington 68 tomorrow, and 64 degrees in Richmond. 60-degree weather guarantee for the home opener at Victory Field. Our Indianapolis Indians first pitch temperature forecast at 7:05, 61 degrees. So we've done our part. Unfortunately, if you were going to the game and hoping for it to be cooler than 60 for a free ticket to another April game, doesn't look like that's going to happen. Temperatures in the low 60s for that first pitch. Great night for baseball. Our weather pattern, great. We continue to dry out and we continue to warm up. Future Track 13 large view will take us through Friday into the start of the weekend. We may see a couple of clouds from time to time, but the stormy weather stays off to our south and then back out to our west across the plain states. So we will focus on the warmth that will start to build as early as Friday. Friday is when we will begin to count 70-degree days in a row. High temperatures in the low to mid 70s on Friday afternoon. 70s expand out through the midsection of the country, and that's what we're going to be dealing with as we head into the weekend. Some sunshine tomorrow after starting the day in the 30s. High of 67. 70s arrive on Friday. Stick around through the weekend. 70 Friday afternoon. 72 on Saturday. 74 on Sunday. 74 on Monday. Slight rain chances possible early next week. Also want to remind you about Race for the Cure. If you haven't registered, you can do so Saturday morning. It's at Military Park. Registration 7 to 8:30.
That looks pretty good, Angela. The Pacers 6-1 in April, also looking pretty good. Perhaps a little momentum to carry into the playoffs in Canada. I'll set up the series with the Raptors. And tonight the Pacers were going solo, as in Solomon Hill taking over while most of the starters took the night off. The regular season is over. Hey, but sports is next.
Eyewitness News Health Beat is brought to you by American Senior Communities.
We're going big during our spring savings event at Ray Scoman Ford. A new Focus or Fiesta, your choice, $159 a month. A new Fusion, $189 a month. Hot new Mustang starting at just $259 a month. Ray Scoman Ford. 2 locations or at rayscomanford.com.
Dear Ball State, every day you push me to work harder than I did the day before.
Ball State becomes part of you.
Becomes just as much a part of you as
your age, your race,
your beliefs.
Saying you're from Ball State is embedded in who you are.
You give us opportunity.
Now we etch our names in history. Now we find our true talents.
Now, it's our time.
Bacon is looking good. Let's insta-brag. Honey, jalapeno, boom, boom. How was there no bacon emoji?
Denny's new Honey Jalapeno Bacon, part of the Red, White, and Bacon menu. Denny's, welcome to America's Diner.
You get more than a low price at Ed Martin.
At Ed Martin Acura, you get more selection, more savings, plus the buying experience you deserve. Drive home happy in your new Acura ILX. Model year in priced, only $144 a month. New Acura RDX. Model year in priced, only $199 a month.
And with this many to choose from, we have the one you want.
Over 400 new Acuras at Indiana's #1 Acura dealer, Ed Martin Acura.
The only name you need to know.
Over 3,500 cars and trucks at edmartin.com.
White sand in your toes, smell the sea in your nose. Touch the earth, yeah, it glows. Sunsets are pretty shows.
White sands, turquoise waters, and endless possibilities. Plan your escape today at visitpanamacitybeach.com.
Ben Brantley of the New York Times calls the Book of Mormon the best musical of this century after setting 50 house records on Broadway and a sold-out engagement in Indianapolis. The Book of Mormon, now playing through April 17th. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com.
It's pretty simple. That's the car she wants, and this is the price she has budgeted. The question is, can we make that happen? I'm going to get a coffee.
Your husband is a tough negotiator.
No, that's not my husband. He's my Indiana members credit union manager.
I better get my manager.
We are passionately committed to our members. We'll help you get into your new vehicle with 1.9% APR financing for auto, home, business, and more. Call or visit Indiana Members Credit Union today.
Customers love our huge selection of new Kias with incredible deals like a new Forte, $149 a month, a new Optima for only $199 a month.
This is where Indiana comes to buy their new Kia.
Go south and save at Ray Skillman Southside Kia.
From 13 Eyewitness News, this is the TCU Sports Desk.
Hey there, the Pacers head north of the border this weekend to open the NBA playoffs. The Pacers are the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference, facing the 2nd seed Toronto Raptors. Now, we're still waiting tonight on the NBA to release the first round schedule. But we know Game 1 will be either Saturday or Sunday in Toronto. Game 2 also in Toronto. That'll be sometime early to mid next week. Games 3 and 4 will be played at Bankers Life Fieldhouse, including a Game 4 probably next weekend for the Pacers. Now, Paul George, George Hill, Monte Ellis, and Jan Mahinmi all sat out tonight's final regular season game in Milwaukee. Playoff position already locked in, and Solomon Hill was locked in on his jump shot. Solo knocked down 7 three-pointers, 25 points, a season high. He led the Pacers with 37 points in the first quarter and a 17-point lead. Christmas comes in April. Rakeem Christmas scores his first basket in the NBA. He got one more later for 4 points. Big night for Rakeem. And the Pacers win 97-92 with Solomon Hill on fire.
I think my teammates just found me. You know, I didn't go out there and have dribble up threes. Every three I had was assisted. So the guys found me. I just took it with confidence. And it was a whole team effort. You know, you see Glenn come out. You see LaVoy Allen's effort. I think everybody was just happy to play today.
After 3 seasons with the Colts, cornerback Greg Toller is joining the Washington Redskins. Toller, a D.C. native, now 31 years old. He signed a 1-year deal with the Redskins. Toller started 10 games for the Colts last season with 47 tackles, but no interceptions. The Colts will look for DeJohn Smith probably to fill that spot. Well, the weather has warmed up to welcome home the Indianapolis Indians. The Tribe plays its first game at Victory Field tomorrow night after opening the season on the road. And first pitch, 7:05.
The home opener here is always, there's always something extra, special to it. It's just electricity that's here, and I know the guys are looking forward to it.
I'm really excited for it. Got a lot of people coming in town, and just can't wait to get this season on the roll.
And the Indians wrapped up a 2-game series in Toledo tonight. Big night for Indians third baseman Jason Rogers. That's almost a home run off the wall in the left field corner. 2 RBI double for Rogers, and that gives the Tribe a 2-1 lead. Rogers gets another RBI in the 8th inning, sneaking in a single on the right side. The Indians win 4-2. The record now 2-2, and that 7-game homestand opens tomorrow night. I know Dave Calabria will be there tomorrow night. Sean Ash is going to be there. Big night.
All right, last thing of weather coming up next. We'll be right back.
Last night, Fallon had Amy Schumer. Don't miss tonight with Ice Cube and Ellie Kemper. Then Seth has Tom Hiddleston and Maisie Williams. New Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. Then Late Night with Seth Meyers. NBC Tonight.
Honey, guess what? I got the job.
It's surprising what you can accomplish with a degree from Indiana Wesleyan University. Visit IWUIndianapolis.com to learn more. IWU, anything is possible.
This is what precision feels like. Magnetic Ride Control actively monitors road conditions 1,000 times per second to deliver a comfortable ride.
1,000 times, huh?
Yep, per second.
How about that?
This is the new, meticulously crafted 2016 Sierra Denali from GMC. This is the precision of professional grade. Or current lessees can get this low-mileage lease on this specially equipped Sierra SLE V8 for around $299 per month. GMC. We are professional grade.
At Batteries Plus Bulbs, you can save up to $10 on Duracell Ultra Lawn and Garden batteries and make all that grass go away. Batteries Plus Bulbs. Trust the plus. Visit Batteries Plus Bulbs today.
You're gonna love what's new at Fazoli's, the Create Your Own Sampler. You get 3 choices of Italian deliciousness from 12 Fazoli's favorites. That's over 250 combinations for just $6.99. Only at Fazoli's.
Whoa, that doesn't look good. No, not you. Ordinary fuels can clog your engine with dirt. It's like lugging this around. It's dragging down your fuel economy. But over time, using new and improved BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean up that dirt, like hundreds of scrubbing brushes. So that means a cleaner engine, which helps you get more miles per tank. I'll be here if you need me. New BP gasoline with Invigorate, our best fuel ever.
So beautiful.
High-speed internet from AT&T. With 99.9% reliability, you can keep calm, your internet's on.
You're promoting me?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's surprising what you can accomplish with a degree from Indiana Wesleyan University. Visit IWUIndianapolis.com to learn more. IWU, anything is possible.
36 tomorrow morning, 67. Great night for baseball tomorrow night.
And enjoy the day tomorrow. Thank you all so much for watching. For Angela Buckman, I'm Andrea Moorhead.
And for Rich Nye, I'm John Stair. Don't forget sunrise at 4 a.m.
Have a good night.
Closed captioning is